Hey, this is a little bit different video tonight. As usual, I've got three computers running. That one up there is digitizing this box full of negatives, and you can probably see here. They're a box full of those guys, um, and they're aerial shots of San Francisco, and I mean it's stuffed with them, full, full of negatives. At any rate, I'm working on that. I'm working on digitizing these DVDs, and the DVDs here are news programs that have been recorded and a little bit late for me.
You're watching KCRA 3 HD, where the news comes first.
Mid 2000s, I'd say. Or I think the earliest one was about 2003. It goes up to 2007. But they're all news programs of local stuff around here. Somebody recorded them, and they did a really good job because they're really good quality. So there's a lot of history there from that era. So things have changed, and we always want to record the things that have gone in the past so that we know what we're headed for in the future. The other thing is I'm about to record this particular thing right here, and what this is about cats. You can tell from that prelude, that little skit that I worked up. When we first moved here about 7 years ago, there was this female cat that kept having litters, and she would have a litter and not have enough to feed the litter, and it would die. And that happened a couple of times, I noticed, and then I didn't care. I don't really like cats, or I didn't like cats. I had no patience for them. I'm a dog guy, I mean, that's just the way it is. Well, it turns out that I'm both. I'm bi. Oh my God. Well, at any rate, so I've got. We have now in our house. We have three cats, two dogs, and a parrot. At one time, we had four dogs. Two have recently passed, and we had one cat. At any rate, so what happened was I felt bad for that female cat, and I noticed that she was pregnant again after not. She'd lost a baby, lost her babies, and within just a short amount of time, she was pregnant once again. I don't know how that happened. I thought they were seasonal, but at any rate, so there was no way that she was going to be able to afford the weight loss, and so I felt bad, and it's really weird. About a week after I started kicking around in my mind, maybe I'll go ahead and start feeding this cat. This completely feral cat came up to me, stood in front of me, and began to meow. Now, it had never done that before. So I felt bad, and so I started feeding it. And it turned out that, again, I didn't know at this time, it had already had new kittens. And so I was feeding her so she could feed the kittens. And one day I look, and sure as heck, there's the kittens. So I made them a little place out in the back, and when I threw something together so that they could, stay out of the weather, and we began to feed them. And so there was three kittens and the mother cat, and we weren't really sure what we were going to do. With them, but a friend of ours, a gal named Linda, came up with a suggestion. She said that she knew somebody in a town not very far away, a vet that would they would spay and neuter these kittens if we just brought them up there, and it wouldn't cost anything, but we'd have to capture them. So we did. We captured them, and including the mother, took them all up there, had them all fixed, and then got them all their shots and everything. And again, Linda, she took the three kittens and the mother to her house, where she she took care of them until they were, it's like a month or something like that, in her bathrooms, until they could be released back out in the wild again in the neighborhood, which was a good thing because we had a rat problem in this neighborhood, and we don't anymore. She brought them back here to the house, and we released them out here. The mother and one of the females decided that it wanted no part of this alien crap, and so they split. They were gone for probably 3 or 4 months, and then all of a sudden one day, both of them showed up again. But the other two, the little black and white cat we call Bandit, and then the white one called Pounce, they decided to stick around, and they paired up just wherever one was, you could find the other one. So we let them hang around the backyard, and pretty soon they were getting along fine with the dogs, and then they were getting along so well and so well behaved. We let them in on our patio, tiki bar patio thing out there, and so they came in out there and had a pretty good life out there. But then that wasn't good enough. They decided they wanted to come in the house too, and so now we actually have they sleep on our bed at the foot of the bed. Now we already had one cat. Her name is Cassie, and Cassie is, oh God, I'm going to screw this up, but I think Cassie is 23. I just was talking about it the other day. Cassie is 23 years old, and I'll show some pictures of a little bit of video of her on here, and her and Poncho. Cassie's still in pretty good health, and she put up with it. So, the new cats. So they get along pretty good. There's not any problem there. They get along, fantastic with the dogs. And as I said, we lost our little black poodle, toy poodle. We lost her several months ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and that was really sad. We had her 14 years, and that was really hard. And then the other fellow that has a little cast-looking thing on his leg, we lost him not long afterward. But that poor thing, his mom and dad of 14 years or 15 years, she got dementia, had to be institutionalized, and he died within a month of us. He asked us if we would take care of the dog because he knew he was going to die from stomach cancer. So we did. And we rescued that guy and rescued those cats. Now I'm not sorry about the cats because actually I like the little guys. They're got great little personalities, and they do keep the rats away. So if somebody had told us we had a home for them, they were going to take both the kittens, and they were going to take them to their house and raise them up there. But then the son, he works for Gavin Newsom, but he came in and he said, told her, he says, no, you don't want them feral cats because the feral cat will never love you. Well, I beg to differ. These cats love us, man. They follow us around. They go ahead and they sleep on the foot of the bed. They look for attention. So, anyway, that's my cat story, and I'm sticking to it. And sorry if I bored you folks with this. A lot of people don't care much for cats and dogs videos, but at any rate, God love you, and have a good day. Bye-bye.